Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. This is part 3 of my campaign. We have a couple new ships on its way. Uh, Still, it's very early in the game, so don't expect it to be the best of the best. 20.9. I don't think the enemy will actually fight here, but I will give it a go. If it doesn't appear to be having a fight, I will just keep it for you guys and then just come back after battle. It's more up to the heavy cruisers here. And I can tell by the speed, if I go down to 5, that means they're closer. And at 30 means they're further away. I will skip it now for you guys here. See you soon. Yeah, just as I thought, it was just a chase and we didn't fire a volley and they didn't hurt us as well. And what that simply tells us is that we need light cruisers. We need faster ships that can reach the enemy and then sink them. Soon we can get those long range fighters, and I think that I will do is to refit my old ships and the new ships that I have on the way. Because the long range is where we want to be and get hits on the enemy. We don't want to get too close because that means lower caliber guns can actually hit us and hurt us. I'm just gonna check out the finances because we are still building a shipyard. That is good. The 9 months and then a commission also. No, we won't get them. And France is making progress against the Spanish, so maybe France will take out for us. I'll have to let the Spanish gather up their forces. Otherwise, I let the Spanish gather up their fleet to one big fleet if they are not afraid of it, and then I can just pulverize it once they feel confident enough. This will just be a chase again. It will be very stupid of them to like just. I will just. I won't even show you the starting fight unless something happens, and even then it should be a rather quick victory. Yep, no battle at all. Hmm. Let's see. Let's look at politics. Let's see what kind of ships they have. Spanish has one battleship. Okay, so they mostly have light ships. That won't do me any good. Russia likes to make battleships, but they're usually older. China has a lot of battleships. We don't know how many old they are, but they have a big fleet. And the British, they have their battleships as well. They are the main threat. Have a power rating of 11, okay. And I'm trying to get this long range. That's in 10 months apparently. That will allow this shipyard to be finished building. I don't want to auto-resolve, because that means my ships will take heavy damage. Or should we fight it? Just to see what happens here. It's old ships anyway. Okay, let's fight. Auto-resolve it. See? That's unrealistic in terms of damage. So yeah, never auto-resolve in an even if it's yeah, it's definitely not worth it. We need to move all the ships to Wilhelmshaven that are now damaged. Okay, they are not damaged here, but damn, that was a lot. Repairing where? In the Western Mediterranean. Where? In what port? Gibraltar, right? Okay, and let's see. That's too much tonnage, but a good idea overall. Just gonna take the Deutschland next turn and move that one. I will maybe even disband them because I don't need those old ships. Mhm. Economic stagnation, eh? Okay. Currently I can't. We will soon have new cruisers available to us and a new big gun. It's the 13-inch guns, Mark IIs. So if we want to go real heavy, then that's the way to go later on. Right now I'm just happy with the 10-pounders because it simply took too much space on the ships to get the best tower and the best gun. We want to have a balance of it because the more advanced the towers, the more accuracy I get on the long range engagements. That's why I wait with that. I wonder what kind of researchers I don't remember exactly the order of the research, but we have more ships coming in soon. Less weight, we like that one. Anything that gives me less weight can allows me to modify something or get me. Let's see, here's this the semi-ballistic shell, eh? Cruiser design in 3 months, a 9,000-ton heavy cruiser. That's still a tonnage more than before, but it's not a serious advantage. Mm. We have ships on the way. What are they? Okay, in 2 months we have some ships ready. Then it's 2 months for commissioning. But this heavy cruiser did have they were not so stable. I could maybe get a better stabilization on them. Better Mark 8, okay. What's this? Maneuver warfare gives me better merchant. 9,000 in a fleet. Some more mines, but I don't have a mining craft yet. Hmm. We can't move them, they're commissioning. And in 3 months, the rest of them will be commissioning. Then we can move these new ships down. Move. Okay, they're moving to Wilhelmshaven. Well, you don't need to move all the way that way, sir. We can be at the North Sea. We don't really care. Next turn. Ooh, a battle. Let's find out what kind of battle it is. Oh, quite a big battle. I think the enemy will have the guts to attack me here. Yeah, it's 2 battleships that they have against some heavy cruisers, so logically speaking, they should want to fight this one, and they should have the edge. Unfortunately for the enemy, I have a lot of secondaries here, but apparently their light cruisers have it too. But maybe they have a lot more flaws than me. So shall be interesting. We should be able to catch up to the battleships. Just 19 in terms of speed on the heavier cruisers are not ideal. But we can try out our light cruisers, get some experience now. And this should give us the advantage for a ceasefire. We only need to control the heavy cruisers. The screen, the light cruisers are already set to screen automatically, so we don't need to control them as well. And again, I'm like feeling rather lazy, so just do off this on. They have a lot of secondaries now. Let's pause the video. I don't really like that sound. I just don't know how I can specifically take out the wave sounds. That's what I really want to do, but anyway, what do you think of this ship? Some okay guns and lots of secondaries and casemates. So it's quite formidable. The light cruisers are like the most balanced of my ships so far. So I expect them to perform well above their weight with the secondaries that they have. Anyway, let's go 10 speed. Yeah, I can always keep track on where the enemy is, like all their movements and all that. It's you see this one. It says where they are, so the ships will turn to face that. I should be able to catch up to their battleships. It would be funny if the entire Spanish fleet just runs away from me when they have a numbers advantage. Yeah, it's 5 speed now, so they are close, and here we go. Well, that's two with nothing, no sound. I don't know what kind of this one. This should need a description a bit what it does. We can go for a general volume. Could help. There we go. And we see the smoke here. Means more ships. Now we can control this heavy cruiser again. Like first of all, it's mostly the torpedoes, boats that will go in first. They're just getting the range in, sir. So yeah, now you can see a lot more firepower going in towards the enemy. And then the light cruisers are trying to engage the torpedo boats, I surely hope. But we got first hit upon the enemy. Any damage we do on them, even these secondaries, they still get hits and kills crews. And as we kill crews, their ships becomes less efficient. We got a good flooding here. Let's check out the Spanish ship. Boom! Yeah, we didn't have enough time, but it's good that we sank this one. It was just 1,000 light cruisers, so very old design. This one is peppered with guns. You can see that this light cruiser of mine is doing a significant work upon this light cruiser here. And there we go. We sank it. The main threat of the torpedo boats is their torpedoes. Now I want to see these, yeah, sink this light torpedo boat thing. Thank you very much. Boom. Uh-oh. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah. Boom. Revenge. Don't exactly know why we're so focused on this when we have battleships over there. Must be that we want to focus, we want to kill these more cost-effective ships, so that we can then focus all the fire upon these battleships. Must be the case. We are still hitting them quite hard with the secondaries, I think. But this battle could be done, but we did knock out. Yeah, now we kill that, so now all the ships, and we will just blast them with high explosive firepower. Just kill off their crews. Ooh, that did do something to me, eh? So these ships are just taking a massive amount of damage. And you can see my light cruisers are quite sturdy. The heavy cruisers did their job quite well. So this is an encouraging sign for me that my heavy cruisers did so well against the. But I granted that these battleships did not have the heaviest guns. Now we just sinks this little ship as well. You can never really control what kind, like how many ships you'll have in a battle. So you don't need to be so worried about. Just make good ships with good designs, and generally speaking, they should be more than up to par with the enemy ships, unless of course you have played that previous faction before, and the enemy will use your own ships against you. Now that's interesting, you know, but we like then it will be sort of like you're playing against yourself. But this can also be exploited, you know, if you want to make everybody else underpowered. But never, I don't do that. So I do want the best ships for every nation. But I don't, like, it will be sort of like work. Like you're doing the work that designers of the game should have been doing to give you the challenge and inspire you to make better ships, except for those, you know, loading screen describing the guns, which I think is really good. But like I shouldn't have to design ships for all my enemy nations as well. I should like go to a faction and discover they have way better ships than me, and then having to improvise on my own to find out what kind of ships can deal with that one. But I'm not like I do like I like the game. It's quite chill, and but you still have to take consideration financials as well. I can have a ton of these ships, but then all of a sudden these ships will be obsolete, even though they're performing quite well. We can speed things up now. A good flooding, eh? I think I did quite well because I have that new armor. It makes even this lighter ship more durable. And I hope I don't sink here. I think I will. That was too big of a deal. No! But that was just one ship of a light cruiser, and light cruisers are more expendable. You have to accept that you lose those. But they lost battleships, so I will probably win the war here, technically. There we go. So that gave us a big advantage, and maybe we can negotiate peace. Yeah, yeah, that I will agree to this peace. Allows me to modernize my navy. Modernize, I know it's super modern already, but in 2 months I get this little allows me to refit every ship, and then it's combined with these small guns, but again it will improve the Mark 8, but we have Mark 9s, so on the heavy cruisers. The 8 is like, why would I take an 8? For a lighter balance? Let's see what the Spanish will offer us in a peace treaty. War continues. Why would I give the Spanish money? Aha, good thing, sir. 64%. One more month until we have the range finders. That should help me quite a lot. We need to build some more light cruisers though. We'll build 4 more of them because they did quite well. And are quite sturdy, so they can help me even against the British and all that. They're more flexible, you can say. I don't want to build ships too often because then it will be too similar in tech and performance. But in 7 months we get this other shell, which I don't really know what it does. And I don't gonna bother checking it out. Here we go with the long range. There you go, France. So France is starting to take over ports here from the Spanish. I expect them to win rather. Yeah, I expect them to win here. Let's yeah, I have to refit the ship. Don't want to bother. Don't have to really bother with these ships here. It's more like these ships I need to view and refit with the other telescope or the refit. Let's get this one if I am able to. Yeah, will increase the cost of the ship, but it will be very, very well worth it. Here I can also like adapt if I want to the amount of the type of shell, or maybe, yeah, almost enough to get an enhanced shelling or advanced shells. I can even like increase speed of my ship if I want to. Unfortunately, it was not really worth it, but we can save the design here. And then we can go to the Bluche, refit this ship as well to the long range. And we can keep everything else. Yeah, it's too like it has the maximum of weight, so we can't really do anything else. And now let's go for a refit on this light cruiser as well. It did quite well, but we can refit to make it even more efficient. It has even enhanced reloading, so that's a very good sign here. We'll save it. We only wanted to make it better. Let's see here, we can refit ships. Okay, no eligible ships here. We can like refit these two. Proceed. And then we can go to ship design, and then we just click this and refit. 1, 2, 3, and proceed. So they will just, these ships will have to wait until it's done, and these ships will be able to refit next turn. You can see it's only 32 million left, and yeah, we're starting to get closer to the 900th century. Let's see. Delete. Design of this one can be refitted now. Huh. Why aren't they built? Maybe they're commissioning or something. Move from this is a light cruiser. Balearic Islands perhaps. Let's move some of these light cruisers to the more heavy cruisers. They're quite formidable. Let's move 1 and 1. And then move some to the western Mediterranean or maybe North Atlantic even. Maybe that's needed to blockade the Spanish. And then we have one more ship here. The Prince can be moved on its own to Balearic Islands. And then we have 2 battleships that I want to refit. They said they were a lot. Yeah, let's move these one to the Bay of Biscay as well. Or maybe have these battleships here because they are after all in a priority sea. So I need to be ready for when the British says they want another round. Let's check out what kind of cruisers they will give us next. Let's see, 42 minutes. Anti-flooding 2, that's great. Well, the trick is never to get a flooding in the first place. The naval communications will give me, okay, 9,000. Yeah, we'll just keep going until I get a battle and then I can decide if I fight it or if I just skip it for you guys. Well, I'm not at war with Russia yet. Let's see, 93 with Japan. We do have some German colonies in this area. Let's see, over here. And there's some Spanish colonies there as well. So whoever controls that will get control of those. Let's see, where's that in being? Where? On the Baltic Sea. Okay. Well, move the ship. And we will actually move him to the Spanish colonies. The AI usually do concentrate quite a lot on in the Suez Canal and the Western Mediterranean. So it doesn't hurt us to get some ships over there. As long as they kill something, then it's better than nothing. And if I have to fight the Japanese, then let us do so. With honor, sir. With honor. There we go. Admiral Antonio Mendizabalas. Mendizabalas. Aha, okay, good. What can we get here? Guantanamo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, maybe the Philippines. Or we just take whatever. Propose this one. I know I didn't take any ships, but we don't need ships. We can have our own ships. Thank you very much. And now we're probably gonna have a war with the British again, eh? No, the British actually like us, strangely enough. But I guess it's time to move the fleet against the Japanese. Just checking out. So in 5 months we have, and then we have to refit them also. Don't have to. They have to. A 6,000 heavy cruiser, light cruiser now. Don't think it's necessary, and then we get a destroyer. If you haven't already, I haven't even checked out that part. They're pretty much just minesweepers and killers of torpedo boats. They're quite pesky. What do you mean minus? Ah, I have too big navy now when I'm at peace. Don't worry, I will soon be at war and my economy will recover. Let's see, 4 months. We will gradually. It will be fine. The longer you have your ships over on the sea, like they require more fuel, and that in turn will mean that because you simply run out of fuel and you get penalties. So keep that in mind when playing. That the cost of just having them over on the sea will increase as they run out of fuel and all that. Hull strengthening soon. We will have a dreadnought available to us. Those were the days. Let's see, TNT1. That is a big change. A very good change. It will make us like less likely to get the flash fire, for example. And allies, every man for himself. I don't want to get penalized by the incompetence of the Austrian Empire. So 93. Now the Dreadnought 1 is like they are good, but they are gonna be fantastically expensive. So now it's time for us to look at the older ships that we have and move them and disband them. Let's move them to Kiel. Like they have served their purpose very well. Now it's time for us to consolidate so that we don't waste money on ships that underperform anyway. That is what we can have the if we would capture enemy ships, that's what we can have them for. Something like they do some damage and then they sink. Okay, now we have a 42. Let's just keep building up here, because that's how you do it in this game. maybe I'm a bit too quality focused on the ships. I just take the biggest ships available and then try to have the biggest guns available, generally speaking. But they outperform everything else, so I don't get penalties. The big advantage with having maybe a moderate ship is that if you place torpedoes on them, then a Mark III. This will encourage me to make a new heavy cruiser. 6 months, eh? What does the boilers give me? Nothing. Okay, and then I have quite a lot of wealth, so it's okay for me to improve twin towers. That's good. Less hull weight. TNT, that's great. So yeah, we will make a heavy cruiser soon. And hopefully we get something else as well that will make the ships even better. The keel has 2. Okay, let's see here. Scrap it. Scrap it. Scrap it. And then we can always keep track on here. Where are the other ships? In the Western Mediterranean and the North Sea. And then see, where are these ships? They are in the Western Mediterranean. So let's just look at the North Sea now. Aha. They're not there. Is it this? This, okay. Moved into keel. What kind of ships is this? Okay, so they do have 2 light cruisers in keel right now. That is of the old design. We have to make sure we get the sailors back. So it's always more cost effective for us to just scrap the older ships. And all of a sudden I went to a plus. Having a single old ship, that's okay. Completely agree. The fleet is ready for combat operations. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let's take this prestige. One battleship and keel. Okay, let's check it out. It is the lower quality. Yep, let's scrap it. And this scrap. So just 3 older ships. It's okay. And here we got that. So we need to refit these ships if we're able to. Ah, they're commissioning right now, so we can't. Or we can. We can. Okay. Proceed. It will be 1 month. It will be more expensive, but it's worth it. 4 months until we can develop this one. And this will be great, man. First Dreadnought. We fear no man. Yeah, we'll go for the Spanish again, eh? 900 tons destroyer, eh? Oh. Well, we can't underestimate destroyers. Let's see, what kind of gun layout does this do? Superimpose the mounts. Okay, the barbette. In other words, naval blockade. Give me more reconnaissance. Thank you very much. Will increase the likelihood of us getting into combat. Torpedo protection 2. Well, it's good. Could be good, but it's better to just avoid the torpedoes altogether. How do we do that? With more speed, sir. Let's keep going here. Nope. Hey, the Spanish are gone. They collapsed due to their finances. Some people should just learn how to make their finances better, eh? So we're 93 and we're soon at war with France. America seems to like us a little bit too much. The French and the Japanese are the next target, so I will just go to the world. Let's provoke the Japanese. Okay, I want to move some of these ships. So they're old ships. Markgraf and Freya will go there. This is no, that wasn't that one. Let's take these. Let's see where. I don't know exactly where is that their blockade. Is it East Asia, Sea of Japan, and the Sea of Okhotsk? We'll go to East Asia with these troops for these ships. Same thing with these. We will move them. Let's go here. And let's move these battleships over there again. If they want to war with us, we are more than ready. We will move one battleship over here and one battleship to the other one. Important, sir, that we demonstrate our boldness and that we fear no man. There's only one thing to fear. That is fear. We have the Japanese Empire over there. They have quite a big fleet over there. So let's go to the Northeast Asia with 2 light cruisers. Them 2 on the other one. We want ships at every sea that they can be at. We want to also protect ourselves in here. Let's see. The Philippine Sea, maybe? Yeah, 2 months. And soon we'll see what kind of heavy cruisers we can build. But I look forward to the Dreadnoughts. Damn, that took a long time. Everybody's building a lot of ships here. Wow, took a surprisingly long time. Yeah, the Americans are just building ships like no tomorrow. And apparently you can always check here some more power projections. That's always good. Uh-huh. You can always see here their events and what kind of ships they had. They made more. The French do have a doctrine of lighter ships and speedy ships. That's their doctrine. That's their thing. But yeah, we are waiting for this gun first of all, and then we will look for this dreadnought. And maybe, or we will wait for the Kroppenstahl. That is here. This 45, so it will be there soon, and then we can make it. Or we make the Harvey armor with the Dreadnought 1, and then we get the Dreadnought 2, and then we can make the better armor. Well, we got the better. Let's see what we have here. Here we have, what kind of ships do we have? Wow, there's a lot of battleships there, sir. 46, so it will take quite a long time to get that one. Cruisers, a 10,000 ton heavy cruiser. Yes, sir, that will be the workhorse. By your orders. I think that will boost the nations of our own. Let's take this naval prestige. That is sort of what will help us win the campaign, is the prestige. And it will give us immunity in terms of stability, because they take that's how you do it. So we capital ship towers in 6 months. Yes, so we are working quite heavily. So yeah, the heavy cruisers in 2 months will be the workforce. For now, the group style is what we want. Uh-huh. No, we don't care. Yep, exactly. I'm simply the best diplomat, just saying I don't care. See, 99. So yeah, we'll be at war with Japan. But we're already moving the ships to position, so that's okay. Research for 1 more month. And it could be wise to just hold off on the Dreadnought right now until we have crop 1. Just have build the heavy cruisers. Because I reckon the heavy cruisers can do their thing just fine. They're asking for trouble. Yay! War! We're going to war! Okay, let's build ourselves heavy cruisers, and then I will have to end the video, unfortunately. Don't want it too long for you guys. Let's see. Aha, we want a spacious ship of the armored cruiser. Okay. Spacious. We want it to be faster this time. I want it to be 22 2 maybe. Don't really know. I'll just improvise and see what we come up with. Reinforced and better anti-flooding this time. A main turret. Or main tower. A rear tower. See the very big. It's just enough, but it's quite heavy on the roll. What is the ideal hull speed for this one? Is 21. Okay, let's make it 21 then to increase to. Didn't really help. Okay, then level will probably keep it at. Now let's make it 46. The best ship in the navy, but yeah, 22 is good enough, I think. Okay, let's make it a long range. So that's already quite a big, significant. Yep, we do have. No, let's go for the Mark 9s. Take some secondary guns here. Let's see. Now we can't have that one. Oh, but maybe a 4. Nope. Maybe some 3-pounders then. That is possible, but it probably will increase the shakiness of the ship. Let's go for Mark the 5 casemate guns first of all. They are a bit more protected, that's why we have them. Now let's see on the. Now the secondary guns, 3-pounders should be free 1 barrel everywhere. Yeah, we have to have sort of like a unified weaponry. And now here we can have the 2-pound heavy cruiser. I mean the 2-pounders over here. That doesn't really have a good view of everything, but they can still look good. Something is not missing. Okay, let's go for the ballistite. Let's go for the TNT and capped. Let's go for enhanced reloading though. That's very critical. We can even make it heavier, I think. Okay, let's try to stabilize everything with the pitch so it isn't hurting us. Doesn't really look like we can make it. So if I do it like this, then I guess the. Okay, so I can make it, but it's not gonna be good. We'll do slightly more damage, not a lot. Well, how does this ship compare to our previous ship? 4 freeze against 6 freeze, and then. But this one had a lot of 2-pounders on them though. 12 of them. Here I have 8. And then 6 freeze compared to 4 freeze on the other one. So. Can I reduce the funnel and still have something more efficient? Oh, I don't. Let's see. Medium funnels. What kind of so? That's just 72%. That is not good enough. But how about the big funnel? Let's see. 43. Ah, that's 86. That's not good enough. I guess, yeah, we have to go very big funnels here. And I did see that we did lose power or something. Let's go for the 2-pounders again then. Yeah. So this will be the ship. Let's just check it out. It is bristling with guns. So it should be quite formidable. But I do not have an auxiliary engine. And how can I improve this one a little bit? Nah, that was like almost too much weight. Then we wouldn't be able to save it, or maybe not even to build it. That's the other thing. Maybe this doesn't take the crew into calculation. But looks formidable. And I'm happy with this design. Let's save it. Exit it. Palestine. I think that was good enough. That's more range. With some heavy shells this time. It will cost me almost 17 million to make. With quite a lot of maintenance. But it's far superior to the 19 speed that we have. The heavier gun. Some more ships with bigger guns on it. Just there's not as many two pounders, but we got some 3-pounders there instead. Let's build it. Let's build about 4 of them. They're starting to take the role of the older battleships we made. And in 6 months we will have the new Dreadnoughts. They need heavier guns though. Okay, I will end the video here. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.